Hi there, my name's John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA, and welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text and we tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree. This is for the fourth Sunday after Epiphany, and this is for the narrative lectionary, and we are looking at Luke 6, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. There's calling of the disciples, and then there is friction, if we will, about healing on the Sabbath, things you can do on the Sabbath. And then in between, there's the friction and there's the calling of the disciples, and in between there is a verse that says Jesus remembered or withdrew and prayed, and it was in the evening. It was just one line, and I like that line. And so there's a lot of stuff to go with, but for the children's sermon, where I'm focusing on is that in the midst of all kinds of chaos and conflict and problems and trouble, when people are coming this way and then you've got stuff to do there, Jesus remembers to pray. That Jesus withdraws and takes time to pray. And sometimes we can get so busy, and if we think the kids' lives aren't busy, we're fooling ourselves. As you know, kids just go, go, go. And so having that time where it's important to rest. Sometimes we think, hey, taking a nap, that's too much, and I didn't like it as a kid. But there's reasons for why we rest, and it's important why we rest, and it's important why we take in and we have time where we pray. And why is it important to pray? And why is it important to remember to pray? And so the item I'm using is string. I've got some string here. Dollar Tree has twine that you can get, but I'm going to talk about ways that we remember things. And one of the ways that we remember it is, I know that you hear a thing about if I tie string on my finger, then a little bit later I'd be like, why did I tie the string on my finger? Oh, and it helps me remember. Or you have your phone, where in the phone you can put in your calendar, you can put a reminder. And the fact is that many of our kids already have these things. And so, or they have something to their daily schedule, it's all across the board. And we can talk to the kids, ask the kids, what are ways that you remember to do something? Sometimes it's your parents that say, it's time to do this, it's time to clean it's time to empty the dishwasher, or it's time to get ready for preschool. It's time. And so you might say, Mom, Dad, I need, would you help remind me that to pray? Or, hey, maybe before we go to bed, we can pray. Some of the kids might do that. Some of the kids might not. It might be a practice that's already in there, and we can lift that up. And if not, a suggestion that praying together as with a child and family and asking God. There's just that line just cries out that's important, that it's kind of tucked in there. It's like a verse in between the verses. But there is power in that Jesus withdrew, remembered to pray, and so that's the direction I'm going. Oh, and at the Dollar Tree, they also have there's reminder wristbands, where in the teaching education section, there's a reminder wristband, and I've used them before to say reminder that remember you are loved. I put on there, but you could use that as a prayer reminder. Some people put a rubber band on their wrist to remind themselves of certain things. So all kinds of things that we can do, but again, pulling it back to that, in the midst of everything that's going on in the ministry of Jesus, he remembers to withdraw. He remembers to take some time and pray and have that conversation with God. So I hope this can be a springboard for your own thinking. And as always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a fantastic week.